So today I got Morgan and Corey on. So I'm just going to ask them a few questions on their experience. The first question was, how was your experience before you jumped on board?
Well, we were almost about to expire on our pre-approval with the bank, just because every time we would go to a house, there would be 20 plus, sometimes more than 50 people. We would get to the properties and the real estate agents would say to us, oh, sorry, it's already under offer, it's under contract. And we were like, how? This is the first inspection. We did 15 properties in one day, and I think 13 out of the 15 had the same response that it was under contract. We were sort of like, something is not right. So then we sat down and we sort of thought about it and came to the conclusion that we actually need a buyer's agent, because the limited supply at the moment means that all of that supply is going to the buyer's agents first. So the only way to really get a property, in our opinion, is to go to a buyer's agency. Otherwise, you are going to get extremely lucky and have to fight to the death to pay a premium price, which, I mean, people are paying an arm and a leg over what they needed to do.
Yeah, that seemed to be what we were running into, was those places that were under offer. The implication was, if you want to offer a lot more, then yeah, sure, you'll be in the running. But that wasn't.
But there's 3 other people willing to offer that amount. It was a lot. It's not something I think that just the everyday buyer can do by themselves. I actually think in this current market, you need that extra help at the moment. Otherwise, you're just not going to get anything. Or you're going to buy something that's going to take you 30 years to see any growth in it whatsoever, because you've got to recuperate what you've overpaid, basically.
The next question is, how was your experience working with Invision Property?
Our interview is probably quite interesting because we are coming on doing the interview 3 to 4 months after we bought. So we've actually not only had the good experience, but we actually have monetary hard results from value of improvement. So I think that our interview is actually going to be quite interesting. So we purchased it 495. It was one of the last properties that I have seen, and I check the market almost every day, that has sold for under 5.
In that area.
In that area. There is nothing else under 5. We have like a really big block. It's a 648 square meter block. And I think that units are selling for the same price that we paid in that area, which is crazy. So we bought it 3 to 4 months ago. It has already gone up in value by $45,000. And we actually went and saw our financial advisor, and he tapped into the system and showed us the figure. So we know that that's actually accurate. From when we bought it to now, it was originally at $470 rent, but it's already gone up to the value of $500. So those 3 to 4 months it's gaining momentum. Yeah. And I know that the Brisbane property market last month went up like 1.6% or something like that.
It's going.
And every month it's just like snowballing and snowballing and snowballing, and we're already sort of approaching that equity level before we even got to those figures. Having a buyer's agent is amazing. So within a day, we had several properties to have a look at. We had a special program that you gave us. We could just click in. You already had your comments in there, which was super helpful. We would comment back, and then within an hour or 2 hours, you would reply back. It was just such a phenomenal hands-on.
Make it much easier, not having to go to 15 plus properties like every weekend.
We felt like VIPs the whole way through. It's not something that we were expecting, but it was just super nice to just have somebody who would come back to us fast, because obviously we were looking to get something done fast because our bank approval was going to expire. Getting the weekly updates, the little videos, was phenomenal, because in that we got a discussion about the property, about the market, how it was flowing, how our budget was fitting into the market. It was just a lot more than just having a buyer's agent. Like, there was a lot in there. And then just on a side note, because you do have that experience as like a developer as well, it was really nice to get the properties and you'd be like, okay, it's big enough to potentially subdivide or develop. So we actually got to see a lot more sides than someone who would just buy a residential property and that's it. And then it went even further than that, because when it came to like putting in the offers and negotiating the contracts, like you had people there ready to go. Like from when we signed you to when we were done, I think it was like 15 days between.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks.
We did have a little bit of a issue with the building and pest inspection, and you were just straight onto that. Your building and pest inspector was straight onto that. The conveyance was straight onto that. We didn't have to worry about a thing. We just had to say yes to emails.
But very, very easy.
And it was just super quick, super efficient. I never felt stressed. Did you feel stressed?
No.
No, we weren't stressed. We actually bought sight unseen because we knew that you knew what you were doing and that you were a professional and that there's no way that you'd lead us astray.
And you're based in Brisbane too. A lot of other clients are in Sydney and Melbourne. So
yeah, that's it. The place isn't that far away.
Yeah.
We're pretty busy. It's only half an hour's drive away. But as busy as we normally are. And the fact that you're able to make time to get out there and get videos and photos.
That's the other thing.
Meant we kind of didn't need to.
But that's the other thing. You got the property and then you said, oh, I'll go out that morning and do an inspection. We were like, okay. We had a video in our inbox and we were like, oh, okay, wonderful. And then the owners didn't really want to accept the lower offer, but you made it happen, which is just incredible. So even with the buyer's agent fee, like we have still made profit on that property in 4 months. It's definitely worth it.
And we found it off market too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you can't get them off market, then you're paying a premium.
Thanks for jumping on.